Has there ever been a superstar in history protected from the worst kinds of wrongdoing? Kawhi Leonard built his whole reputation on being emotionless, quiet, and distant, which connected with fans addicted to social media. For years, he was untouchable from criticism simply because people liked his vibe. But behind the mask is a player ready to chase every dollar he can grab, even if it means breaking NBA rules. When Pablo Torre first exposed the story of Kawhi secretly getting paid under the table by Ballmer, I released a video questioning the shady business. Now, with the whole basketball world digging into what may be the biggest scandal of this era, Kawhi's NBA future is hanging by a thread, and the Clippers might see their entire franchise collapse. Former ESPN voice Pablo Torre reports the Clippers cheated the NBA salary cap. Here's what we already knew. Pablo Torre's first deep dive into Kawhi was pretty simple. He discovered Kawhi set up an LLC called KL2 Aspire. That's where he learned Aspiration, a former Clippers sponsor, secretly funneled millions into the LLC. Right when Steve Ballmer himself was putting money into Aspiration. That was the bombshell when the story first dropped. But the wild twist now is Mark Cuban suddenly jumping into the mess. No other NBA owner has stepped up to defend Ballmer except Cuban, who technically isn't even a majority owner anymore, but still won't shut up about it. The way he's riding so hard for Ballmer leaves us with two possibilities. One, Cuban just loves the spotlight. Or two, Cuban was running his own shady deals with Mavericks players. Don't forget back in 2014, when Dirk Nowitzki bizarrely turned down a $94 million offer from both the Lakers and the Rockets just to stay in Dallas for way less. A smaller 3-year, $25 million contract. That raised eyebrows across the league, with reporters at the time joking that Dirk must have had some kind of secret arrangement with Cuban because it made no sense to reject that much money. Now, with the Kawhi scandal exploding and Cuban constantly attacking Pablo Torre's reporting, maybe he's guilty of the same shady tricks. Enter Baxter Holmes. An ironic name for someone digging like a detective. Holmes picked up where Torre left off, digging deeper into Kawhi Leonard's history. He revealed that Kawhi has already been tied to 3 different investigations since joining the Clippers. One of them included Jerry West, who was working as a consultant for the team. In December 2020, a man named Johnny Wilkes sued Jerry West and the Clippers. Wilkes claimed he was a close friend of Kawhi and his uncle Dennis. According to the lawsuit, Wilkes said he gave Jerry West confidential information. Wilkes said he gave Jerry West inside info to help land Kawhi in exchange for $2.5 million. West did bring Kawhi to the Clippers, but Wilkes never got his money. Other teams also filed complaints with the NBA, accusing the Clippers of tampering during Kawhi's free agency, which forced the league to investigate. But somehow, the Clippers covered their tracks, and the case went nowhere. Why does this matter? Because it shows why so many other teams are now rooting for Kawhi to finally get exposed. Multiple franchises have demanded harsh penalties for the Clippers, but all the league ever handed out were minor tampering fines. You'd think, all these billionaire owners stick together, right? Wrong. Not when the richest owner in basketball has more wealth than the next 10 combined. The rest of the NBA feels the Clippers have been getting away with robbery. Every time the Clippers slipped away because of lack of evidence. Maybe now they'll finally get slammed. Teams are demanding a punishment so extreme it could rewrite NBA history, voiding Kawhi's contract, cutting him loose, but still keeping his salary on the Clippers' cap sheet. That's a penalty the league has never seen before, which shows how serious the scandal really is. Some owners even want harsher consequences. When Adam Silver addressed the NBA Board of Governors, the tension was clear. Everyone already knew the one question on the table. What punishment would the Clippers face if proven guilty? Reporter Mark Stein revealed that several team reps pulled him aside and angrily warned that if the Clippers escape again, they'll start setting up their own shell companies to secretly pay players extra money. Kawhi's outrageous demands to the Lakers were next level. Back in the 2019 offseason, outside of Toronto, the Lakers were his biggest suitors. In fact, most people expected him to join LeBron James there. What we knew at the time was that both the Raptors and Lakers were stunned by Kawhi's ridiculous requests, some of which were flat out illegal under NBA rules. But now we finally know the details. Quote, those demands included part ownership of the team, access to a private jet, a house, and guaranteed endorsement money off the books. Looking back, that's insane. Asking for ownership in the Los Angeles Lakers as a side deal is absurd. The team is valued at about $10 billion, meaning even a tiny 1% stake would be worth a staggering $100 million. Then add in a free mansion, unlimited use of a private jet, and endorsement checks he didn't even have to work for. Who exactly does Kawhi think he is? Not even the greatest athletes in history have demanded this kind of treatment on top of a $50 million a year contract. Many people blame Uncle Dennis for pushing these insane negotiations, but Kawhi isn't some clueless bystander. He had to know every detail being discussed, and if he wanted to stop it, he could have, but he didn't. He's been fueling it the whole time. And now it's time he takes responsibility. Kawhi's messy Clippers era looks even worse when you realize how little success they've had. If this investigation had targeted the Thunder, Celtics, or even the Warriors, the outrage would be massive because those teams actually win. If this were the Celtics, Thunder, or Warriors, people would be screaming for the NBA to strip their titles for cheating the salary cap. But since it's the Clippers, the scandal just makes them an even bigger joke. Say Kawhi got banned from the league. Most fans would shrug and say, well, he already skips half the season anyway, including the playoffs. These shady deals haven't even helped the team. Kawhi has been constantly injured, load managing, or whatever excuse you want to call it. Even the Clippers front office has grown sick of his drama. His endless absences were always explained as load management, but Pablo's expanded investigation shows something far more suspicious. The timing of Kawhi sitting out lined up with payments from Aspiration. For instance, early in the 2022 season, during the 2022-23 season, Aspiration was running out of money and delayed a $1.75 million payment to Kawhi. Right after, he mysteriously sat out 20 of the Clippers' first 27 games. Then on December 15, 2022, Aspiration suddenly got a $2 million investment from Dennis Wong, the Clippers' vice chairman, minority owner, Steve Ballmer's old college roommate, and one of his closest friends. Why would anyone throw millions into a failing company? Because that cash was really just going straight to Kawhi. Call it an investment, but it looks like another crime. And guess what? The moment the money cleared, Kawhi magically returned and played most of the remaining season. The Clippers at the time insisted he missed the start of the year to rehab an injury, but the truth is he was already healthy. He was healthy enough to play when the season started, so why sit out 20 games? Maybe Kawhi was holding the Clippers hostage, demanding that missing $2 million or threatening to stay on the bench. And this wasn't a one-time thing. Over the past 3 years, it kept happening. With Aspiration going bankrupt, they couldn't cover Kawhi's payments. So Steve Ballmer and his close allies like Dennis Wong stepped in and pumped money into the company just to keep paying him. Enter Adam Silver and Andre Cherny. Outside of Kawhi, Ballmer, or Pablo Torre, these two became key figures, the NBA commissioner and the co-founder of Aspiration. Their excuse? Acting like they knew nothing. Silver even told reporters he had never heard of Aspiration before. But that's a lie because he had mentioned it previously, proving he was fully aware of the company and its ties. Silver already knew about Aspiration's role as a Clippers sponsor. And when Andre Cherny claimed he didn't know about Kawhi's deal, an old statement proved him wrong. The Leonard arrangement was handed to the company as a done deal and approved by Cherny, even though senior execs fought against it. The CFO, COO, and CTO all warned it was too expensive and made no sense for the company's brand or business plan. They couldn't understand why they were forced to pay Kawhi a ridiculous amount of money for nothing. That's more proof the deal was real. Money flowing to a player through a fake sponsorship he had no reason to be part of. Now, with the pressure building on Adam Silver to finally act, it feels like only a matter of time before the league drops the hammer. Soon the details will be too obvious to ignore, and the big question is, what will Adam Silver actually do? Will he make an example out of the NBA's richest owner by forcing Steve Ballmer to sell the team? Will Kawhi Leonard get suspended, or even permanently banned? Will Uncle Dennis finally be barred from the league for demanding deals that break every rule in the book? That's where things stand. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. With the investigation now pulling in some of the top lawyers in the country, where do you see this heading? What punishment do the Clippers deserve? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.